Hi everyone. I thought today we'd explore a little bit of fun with fascia. F-A-S-C-I-A. Ever heard of that? A lot of you have, some of you may never. So what is fascia? It's an integral and important part of our anatomy. So what I want you to imagine for a moment is that this is maybe your right ankle, right? And everything in your body is connected to that right ankle. So every time you move your right ankle around in any kind of movement whatsoever, it affects different parts of your body in different ways. So what is fascia? I've had time to sort of think about this and put together a few fun props from some of the things I've learned from my teachers. So here's an orange. You'll see that the orange is whole and that it has a peel, right? So I'm going to start to peel the orange. And within the peel itself, you'll see that there's different layers. So let me continue doing that. It's going to get a little bit juicy. Just wipe that off a little bit. Here, continue. Good juicy orange. I'm hungry. I'm going to eat this afterwards. Now, even though I've peeled the skin completely off the orange, there's still a membrane around it. So another layer of protection. And then when I break open the orange and take out a whole segment, there is a membrane on the inside of every segment attached, right? So all these different layers can kind of represent the different layers of fascia in our body. Now, if I take off this outside layer and open up the orange into the pulp, every single one of these pieces of pulp is also surrounded by its own thin layer of protection. I think I'm going to have a bite. Yum. Okay. Let's put that aside for a moment. How does that relate to fascia and the human body? So fascia is everywhere. It used to be believed, because fascia is a very watery, aqueous web throughout our whole body that dries up very quickly when people die. So when we used to study the human body, mostly through science of cadavers, the fascia would dry up and it was really hard to see it except for some of the bigger, heavier, thicker fascias in our body. So scientists and doctors weren't really all that aware until recently with this wonderful new medical imaging and computerization and everything. It's really fascinating what is coming up about fascia. So it used to be believed that every muscle was covered in fascia. Every organ was covered in fascia. Kind of like the silky skin around a chicken breast. When you bring it home from the grocery store, let's say you want to chop it up and use it in a different way, there's always that little silky breast. That's the superficial fascia around the chicken breast, which is a muscle, just like in our bodies. Well, it surrounds every single muscle, every single organ, every single blood vessel, all your bones, all your tendons, all your ligaments, on and on it goes. But it is also connected one to the other. And that's where this beautiful model comes in again, this tensegrity model of how movement in one area of the body will affect other parts of the body. in different ways for different people, based on your own anatomy, based on your movement patterns from a very young age, and based on any type of injury that might have caused scarring or thickening up of the tissues around that point of injury. So the aqueous web of what we like to call fascial trains kind of looks like wet saran wrap. So if I soak this in here, and if we were to look under a microscope, you'll see that it becomes very slippery and sliding and glides. And that's kind of how your fascia functions. So you want to keep it hydrated and moving and mobile. Where have I learnt these things from? Through my studies in the yoga tune-up world, I am learning to be able to share with you practices for myofascial release to help you get rid of your blind spots, help you get rid of sore spots, discover the spots in your body that are maybe your bright spots and have more comfort and ease in them than you ever thought. And we do this with a variety of techniques, a lot of them with these wonderful yoga tune-up balls. So here you go. And then here are some of the books I'll recommend to you to get a little bit more information if this is something that interests you. Here we have The Role Model by Jill Miller. And we have an international website, tuneupfitness.com. You'll see my teacher page on there, a lot of informative videos. It's a wonderful website. I'm very proud of it, proud to be part of it. It's just great. What a wonderful family to be part of. I'm learning so much from all of you. And then here's a wonderful book about our anatomy trains of fascia called Anatomy Trains by Thomas Myers, one of the pioneers in research and experts in the field, and another really wonderful book by David Lesondak, Fascia, What It Is and Why It Matters. So there you go, a little bit of fun with fascia. I'm not a scientist or a doctor. I find this stuff fascinating. I hope you do too. Tune in next time. See you soon. Thank you.